Hi guys, welcome back to Over Easy Acres. It is a hot day out here and I am in my backyard. This will be our last garden that we have here at our city house, and then we will move to the new location that I showed you a couple of videos ago that we're having built. So anyway, I'm very excited about that. Sorry, just had a bee or wasp land on me. The wasps are everywhere. Anyway, this has been a little less than ideal because I think I just don't have deep enough soil for most of my plants, so they're not really getting the root development that they need. But anyway, I'll show you what I had, and I'll also follow up about that insecticide that I had and tell you my thoughts on it. So here we go. Let's start the tour. Okay, over here you can see that I have squash growing. I have kale in the middle, and then a couple tomatoes that decided just to take advantage of the situation here. Above my bed sheet, I have two loofah gourds that are growing over there, and the bed sheet is just to keep this heat off of them, and so far it's working great because if you look underneath, I have potatoes and more tomatoes. I'll tell you about those in a second. And they're really happy down here. They're not withering in the day because of the sun. Okay, so I will tell you about my squash that I just showed you. I'll get down here. So here they are. I have never had this problem before. This is my first season of having squash bugs. So I have been keeping them at bay. I'm pretty diligent about it. I come out every morning and I kill them. And a couple of vlogs ago, I showed you that I used this insecticidal soap. It actually works great. It just killed them right on contact, but then I went through the whole bottle and I thought it was pretty expensive. So to refill it just myself for not very much, I used palm olive dish soap and water, and then just a couple tablespoons of vinegar, and it seems like it's been doing great. My squash are not dying. These are yellow squash, but the bugs are. So hopefully that's not too toxic. Of course, we don't want to eat soap, but anyway, it seems to be working. So yay for squash. It's super hot out here, so I'm gonna make this quick. Over here, I had peas. They grew great. They were the Homestead variety, and I really liked them because they handled the heat well. Again, with this hoop, I ended up putting a bed sheet over the top just because I was drying laundry, and I was like, hey, why not? And my peas were really happy. They continued to flower even though we went up into the upper 90s and like up to 107 a couple days, but they still did really great. I just now took them out and I planted some green beans because we still have time before our first frost. The lettuce also is weathering this hot heat. It looks kind of sad right now, but again, the sheet really worked wonders on it. So always make sure you have a shade cover is my lesson to you this summer. These are my herbs. They're just crazy wild. Here I grew borage, and as you can see right here, we have lots of happy little bees and critters, and so that's helping with pollination. Then this is my arugula that I can still eat and is also reseeding itself. I heard that I don't have to replant this because these are seed pods and they will burst and replant themselves. Okay, just a couple more things to show you and so that you learn from my mistakes. Several videos back, like 6 months ago, I showed you that we made this, let's see if I can show you, this stand that has the buckets. The concept I think is great. Our execution was not, because at the time I had no imagination that soon plants would grow and that actually I would be kind of successful, that they would want to live and not die, and that they would need any more room than these 2-gallon buckets. I was really wrong. They needed 5-gallon buckets, so I was not super successful in what I grew. The problem is there's just not enough space for their roots. Now you can see all these little baby tomatoes too. I do not know where all these tomatoes have come from, but my basil is very happy. So I guess this was quite successful. This is the best year I've had. It was happy in these 2 gallons. So the tomatoes, I don't know how I have so many tomatoes. I didn't actually grow any more than 6 plants, but I have probably at least 20 to 30 plants have sprung up everywhere. So I'm not sure if little animals carried off tomatoes. I don't know. They're all over my potato beds. These I planted all of just marigolds. I have 1 and the rest are all tomatoes. So I don't know where we got all our tomatoes. They don't even seem to be really putting off much fruit, just a couple. I've only had 1 red tomato so far, so I don't know. Anyway, lots of tomatoes this year. My peanuts are super happy. They're growing in a tower. That's the only thing that's really been super happy in the tower other than my petunias. Here's my tower. Again, I planted some green beans, and so I'm starting to get some green beans. Let's see if there's anything else to really show. Oh, this is my smorgasbord here. This has beets, which are doing really well over here. They're looking like I could probably harvest those. I don't know what this squash acorn, maybe. I have more peanuts, and I have about 3 carrots. No, not about, just exactly 3 carrots. And then some more peanuts. That box ended up being replanted like 4 or 5 times because nothing would grow, and then all of a sudden everything grew all at once, and so I've just got a mess going in there. So anyway, this is my mystery garden. This summer everything turned into tomatoes that I didn't mean to, so I seem to have at least tomatoes and potatoes, and hopefully we get to harvest them. So anyway, thanks for following along. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.